Welcome to Eastern Melbourne PHN's Primary Care Discovery series of videos, brought to you by the Digital Health team. We hope you enjoy this video. To keep up to date with our latest videos, hit the subscribe button and select all notifications. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through some of the changes. So you've already heard from the team today in regards to some of the new innovation, patient flagging, which I think is going to be absolutely awesome. It's really going to change the way you can collect and analyse cohorts of patients for both a PHN and a practice. And Shane's taking you through some of the WARA stuff. So I'm going to continue with some more of the technical bits about changes to the platform. And later on I'll get to do some more exciting stuff, so that's great. But what I'll do is I'm going to kick on with my presentation. By the way, I'm Jason, so if anyone doesn't know me, I'm the CIO at Outcome Health, and I've been involved with Polar for a very, very long time. I love it, I'm a data nerd, just going to get it out in the open. I get very excited about reporting and analytics, and the fact that I get to come out and talk to everyone today is just absolutely fantastic. As Shane and Diego's rightly said, listen, questions, we love them. But you can ask in these sessions, if not the question box, please go there and ask questions. We're going to have a panel later on, and more importantly, we'll take those questions and we'll answer them in that panel. The other thing is that you'll notice that today's presentations are a little bit PowerPoint heavy. I do apologise. We don't trust the technology, that it's always going to work with a live demo. We've been burnt before. So I've said to the team, let's do slides, but what we'll do is we're going to set up 4 laptops. So during the break or after the session, we're going to hang around. They can't get rid of us because we don't want to go back to the office. So you're more than welcome to come up and ask us some questions. If you want to see what patient flagging is, we can show you. If you want to have a look, WARIS is a bit difficult because you need a clinical information system, so I don't know if we'll be able to do much there. But you know what, if there's a question, if there's something that you have seen, and you say, geez, I wish I knew how to do that. I know there's fantastic walkthroughs and there's lots of good advice from the PHN. But if there's anything that you've always wanted to know, you've got us here today. You have got the Polar Brains Trust. And as I said, we're here. They can't get rid of us, so feel free to come and say hi during the breaks, and we'll hopefully answer some of those more difficult questions. Okay, but not too hard. Okay, it is a session, and I'll have to pull the team out of the bar, so it'll make it even more difficult. But excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, if I get the technology working, multi-factor authentication. MFA, you've probably heard of it. I should expect that everyone's using it. So basically, you've got heaps of, Google authenticators, Microsoft authenticators, SMS messaging. It's pretty much a standard now for banking. Pretty much a standard across most areas where there's sensitive data. Okay, so I'm pretty sure hopefully everyone's heard of it, and I should imagine most people are using it. But what I'm going to talk to you today about is our implementation of it. Okay, so we're going to be putting it into our platform. It will be a staged process, but I want to just talk you through so you understand exactly what will be changing and how you will potentially interact with Polar in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, so that's a bit about that. We've done the acknowledgement of country, so thank you to Ange for that. And so overview, so why the change? What are we changing? The stages that will be involved as part of this implementation. What do you need to do now? And of course, I am always happy to take questions if you want to, but if not, the question box is your best friend, so feel free to put the questions in there and we'll see how we go. So, the first thing, why are we changing security? Okay, now I've got some pretty scary images there. We had Optus, Medibank, Latitude. Now hands up who got affected by any of those? I did. We had one colleague at work that got affected by all 3. So just when they thought one was bad enough, they got 2, then they got 3, and I thought, this is just crazy. And the truth is, this is a commonplace now, okay? And the fact is, we've got to be really conscious. We take our job seriously. We are custodians of your data, and you are kindly allowing us to extract information to provide it back to you. But we take that as a very serious, it's a very serious role that we have, and we naturally want to do everything we can to protect it, to make sure that everything we do is 100% secure. So we're basically, I've been to many conferences, and the first thing they'll say in these conferences is, what's the first thing you should do to protect any system? And I'll all say the same thing, MFA. It gets rid of a lot of your problems because it's that additional check. So if someone hacks the password, there's another way to basically just ensure that you're going to be safe. So MFA is a good thing to have. So I recommend, if you've got options in any system, turn it on and activate it. If you've got any kind of concerns around password security, MFA is a good protector. So that's why we want to do it. We want to make sure that we're meeting industry best standards. and make sure that we've got the securest platform possible. And while we are confident that our security meets requirements, we constantly get checks every year from external vendors, and we're constantly on this crazy security view because we're always conscious that we want to make sure. I used to have a full head of hair, believe it or not, until I started in this job and I started to think about data security. People are smiling, it's true. Oh, not really, but anyway, it was a long time ago. But for us, it's one of the things that keeps us up at night and keeps us concerned. So anything we can do to manage security and make your data safe is something that we want to do. But we want to take you on the journey with us. Okay, so there's going to be some changes, and this is what I'm going to discuss today. But don't worry, these changes won't be happening today, they won't be happening tomorrow, they will be a staged approach, and we'll go through some of those as well. Okay, righto. So, what are we changing? So, as part of the constant improvements to our data safety, we will be implementing 2 significant changes in the next 6 months. The first one will be email-based logins. Okay, so at the moment you're logging in as JBlogs, JFarigi, SLO, and a whole range of different things. We're going to be moving to an email-based login system. Okay, there's a few cringes, a few smiles there. It will provide you with some challenges. Hopefully everyone has a unique email address. We know that it's not the case. Someone will be sharing practice manager at clinic such and things, but we need to try and move to a unique email address, and where possible a company email address, because it just makes it easier and it makes it more secure. We have done a lot of work and analysis on this, and we know that people are using email logins for most systems now. It's easier to remember than remembering, did I use J Farigi, Jason Farigi, Farigi J, what was it? Oh, I've got jfarigi at gmail.com. Okay, easy. So I know that it's easier, so hopefully that won't be a too big a change, but there is a bonus. Hands up who works across multiple practices. Aha! How many usernames do you have and passwords? Yeah, exactly. You won't need that anymore. So what will be, you'll be able to use the one email login across all those accounts. It will then prompt you to say, which clinic are you working at today? And you'll be able to do it, and it's one password because, can everyone hear me okay? Sorry, it is very sensitive. Cool. Excellent. But yeah, so this will make your life easier because you won't have to remember 3 different logins, 3 different passwords, or you might be using the same password. No, you're not using the same password, are you? No, of course not. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you're right in the front of it, so you just can't escape me. But yeah, so it's going to make life easier for people who do merge and move across practices. So the biggest change, or the first change, is now this might already be underway from the PHNs, both Eastern and Southeastern, and our other PHN family members. To try and get you to start using an email login. Okay, so that's coming. The second thing we're going to be doing, so you can see there, and the second thing we're going to be doing is implementing, so once you've got your email logins, the next thing will be the MFA, or multi-factor authentication. Okay, now we're going to have a range of options for you because we like choice. Okay, and the choice will be you can either use an SMS, you can use an authenticator app such as Google or Microsoft, or you can use an email-based system. Okay, so you'll get a choice. So what will happen? You'll basically log in, and every 30 days you can tick a box to say, remember this for 30 days, and you don't have to do it. We don't want you to do it every day, every login, but we will get you to do it every 30 days. Okay, and you'll get to choose which authentication process you want to use, and we'll support either each one of those 3. Or we'll actually support all 3, but you get to choose one. Okay, and that's how it's going to work. So as I said, hopefully you're doing this already with your banking. This is no different. Okay, so, and I do know that we were very keen to make sure it was a 30-day process. We have got one system at work which makes you do this every time you log in every day. It can be quite tricky and takes a bit of time, but anyway, I understand. People are naturally very conscious of security, so we didn't think we'd probably need to do it that every day, but 30 should be fine. So that's what we are changing. Email and an MFA through an authentication process. Excellent, this is going very well. No one's run out of the room yet. No one's looking too scared. A couple of smiles from the front here. Fantastic, let's keep going. And no one's fallen asleep, which is cool. Excellent. Okay, next thing, stages. So stage 1, which we're currently at now. So we've been working with PHNs and doing some communications. You've probably already had some conversations. Is about getting a mobile number and unique email address entered into the system. Okay, so up until now, a mobile number has been something that we've had there, but it hasn't been mandatory. moving forward, any new accounts, it will be mandatory, and we're going to start prompting users to enter it as of next month. Okay, so when you log into the system, so now if you create a brand new account as of tomorrow, we asked the guys not to change the system because we didn't want to break anything before this conference. So, so we thought, we won't take any chances, we won't do any kind of rollout. But as of tomorrow, if you create a brand new user, it will be a requirement to enter a mobile phone number, okay? And as of next month, existing users, when you log in, it'll say, can you please enter a mobile number? And then you can actually start configuring an email account as well. Okay, so, but as I said, you know, it is a slow process. You won't be locked out of the system. There is definitely going to be a grace period to transition over. Just as a bit of heads up, we use MFA every day at our work, and our PHN customers do as well. So we're just aligning everybody along the journey. So it'll be good. Righto. So that's stage 1, which is underway now. Stage 2, which was, I think we've got some dates or times there. Stage 2, we're expecting around November. Now these are our best estimates. These things may change depending on the complexity, but we're hoping by about November you will start logging onto the platform with that email address. Okay? So goodbye jfarigi, hello jfarigi@gmail.com, and then we'll be working on that. But as I said, ideally it should be a clinic-based one if you've got a clinic-based email account. Okay, so that'll be the next stage 2. You'll be using your email to log in. Okay, and then finally, stage 3 is hello MFA, and we're expecting this to probably land early next year. Okay, so as of early next year, we'll then be prompted to get a code. And that code will be a 5-digit number, I believe, or some kind of digit number that you'll get through one of the 3 mechanisms that you choose, which could be email, SMS, or the Authenticator app. And that will be basically early next year as we move in, and that's it. And that'll be the process from then onwards. So that's MFA. So in wrap up, what do you need to do now? You're required to update contact and email address information, making sure that every user has a unique email address and mobile phone number is recorded. Okay, so if you can start looking at that now within your practice, look at your users, it's actually a good opportunity to do a bit of a stock take as well. You know, when you look at your users, if you're practice admins, and I know that we've got a lot of practice admins here, you can add users, so you might want to just quickly review it and say, oh, okay, Mary doesn't work here anymore, so I'll delete that account. But more importantly, just start thinking about how you're going to arrange and get those email address information and the mobile number contact details. So that's kind of what you need to do now in preparation. Hopefully it won't be too arduous, but of course we're here to help. The friendly PHNs are supporting us with this process. You know, as I said, as a group, we have to take data security really seriously. It's a big responsibility, but we just want to make sure everyone's happy. So please reach out to the PHNs and reach out to us, and good luck with it. Hopefully it'll be a seamless implementation. As I said, we are trying to do this over a staged approach over time so that it's not going to be a big, hey, guess what, tomorrow's surprise. So that's pretty much about what we've got planned around MFA. So I love questions, so I will ask if there are any questions. If not, the question box is down the back there. So does anyone have any questions around MFA they'd like to ask now? But if not, please put it in the box and we can cover it later on after the presentations. That means everyone understood exactly what I said and there's no one scared. And that is so cool. I was panicking. I thought, as soon as you change login processes or procedures, I thought we could have a problem. But it looks like everyone's saying, go Jason, go team, MFA, here we come. Excellent, music to my ears. So thank you everyone, it's been fantastic. I'm going to jump off now, but I'll be back. Okay, thanks everyone.
If you found this video helpful, remember to subscribe to the MFA YouTube channel and give the video a thumbs up. See you in the next video.